I know y'all couldn't hear me. You probably just heard the microphone fan or the fan on the laptop. So, welcome back. Not much has changed on my streams. I'm running it back. New intro, so I'm restarting the timer. Welcome back. If you can't tell, I just woke up. I did. I just woke up. Thank you for calling. And thank you. The same person that called me just now, let me know my volume's still off, is the one that's responsible for me waking up and being here with you tonight. And to you, curious person who called as well, I'm out of coffee. So let's spin it back. We're going to spin back the intro. But it's good, because the intro song wasn't even the song I actually wanted to hear. So give me 1 second. There we go. There's the song I wanted. Welcome back, yo. Yo, we got a heck of a live stream tonight, yo. This is going to be probably the most crazy live stream I've done. So let me get back this intro going, and here we go. This is it right here. Welcome back. Welcome back to the trash. All right, yo, check it out. The countdown timer's trash. Y'all know how we do here in the beginning of the streams. We starting it off right today. Man, welcome back, yo. The fan's really loud, so I'm going to turn it down right now. I know it's stupid loud. I'm turning it down. Yo, this is going to be a crazy show. So before we even get started today, we got to go ahead and give a serious graphic disclaimer in the very beginning of this. You're going to hear a lot of crazy words, comments today. You're going to hear and see a lot of crazy different types of you're going to see a lot of crazy stuff today, all right? So this isn't for the faint of heart, all right? I'm going to try and keep it as graphically limiting as possible, but this is some real stuff going on. And shout out to the subscriber as well that told me to watch this movie called Don't Look Up. It's a really politically charged and politically based and everything like that, but it really says so much and has a lot to do with what's going on right now, where I see the culture heading, because things are changing in this culture, but you don't even get the half of it right now. So let me just go ahead and start with this, all right? Why am I talking about this cat, Adam22, today? Well, we've talked about him on my channel before. If you're new on my channel, then you have kind of missed everything that we've talked about in regards to Adam22. You don't know what the Manosphere is. You don't know what anything is right now. So we're just going to start at the very beginning, because some of the people on my channel don't even know who this cat is. So we're going to tell you who Adam22 is, why we're talking about him, why he's important, and why this is so pivotal, so crucial, so groundbreaking, so monumental of a conversation to be having right now, and why it's not being had in more places. So buckle up. Here we go.
Before he started doing rap podcasts and prior to the No Jumper channel exploding, Adam22 held a prominent position within the BMX community, where between his channels/brands, No Jumper and The Come Up, he would provide tips, tricks, highlight reels and other videos for the BMX community, as well as selling relevant BMX products through the On Some Shit store. His first window into the hip hop world was through fellow BMX enthusiast and underground rap legend Xavier Wolf. Wolf was Adam's first ever rap podcast. At this stage, it wasn't even on the No Jumper channel, but it was on his other channel, The Come Up, through their own BMX related podcast.
Now, I didn't tag at the No Jumper channel right now. I tagged Adam22's channel. And Adam22's channel is like a blog type channel, whatnot. You can click on it or whatever. It's in the description. It's in the link or the title or whatever. You can click on it. He's got 1 million subscribers on that channel. He's got a little over 4 million on the No Jumper channel. The No Jumper channel is where they do interviews. It's a podcast, this, and that. And they have all kinds of crazy, stuff. They have a Patreon. Adam is in the adult film industry, yada, yada, yada. This guy lives a life that a lot of people would like to live, I think. A lot of guys would like to live, and this is why they have such a big following, all right? So that's a little bit about that. Let's continue.
Instantly, he noticed how much more attention Xavier Wolf's interview was garnering, more so than his interview with BMX-related personalities, due to the hip-hop community being so much larger on the internet than the BMX one. Then a few months later, after the Xavier Wolf podcast, he started the No Jumper podcast, and amongst the first few guests that were featured were the likes of Puya, Fat Nick, Ian Connor, Black Gray, Eddie Baker, who are all huge names within the underground, and these videos attracted large audiences and now have millions of views between them. And slowly but
all right, so he started off doing hip-hop for the most part, right? Or he started off doing BMX. Then he started doing hip-hop interviews. The hip-hop interviews started taking off, so he started switching to hip-hop interviews. Now, he was doing this back in 2015, so there wasn't as much this type of concept of podcasting, all this other type of stuff. This was really new. He was on the cutting edge. This was like really crazy concepts on YouTube back then, right? So this is kind of how he was able to get into hip-hop, essentially, all right? So we'll continue a little bit more, and then we're going to go on to some other stuff.
surely, through his network and skills, Adam was able to bounce amongst the underground scene and get podcasts from this person, then through this person get that person, and so on and so forth, until he was interviewing basically everyone in the underground hip-hop community, getting now historic interviews from people like Suicide Boys and Triple X. At this time, there was a void in hip-hop media. Nobody was really covering the underground.
Alright, so we're going to stop it right there. There's a void in hip-hop media. Nobody was covering the underground, so that's what Adam was able to do. He was able to get into hip-hop, see that there was a void to be filled. He filled it, and now he's doing really well for himself. And that's not the problem. That's what business is. That's what you're supposed to do in America. You're supposed to find something that you are able to do, that you're more talented at, that you're able to find and replicate success for yourself in, yada, 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 and able to make good quality success for you. No, this is essentially what he was doing at first. He would go around kind of talking to people. We'll listen for a second.
Let's go. You guys want to check it out? Yeah. Let's get in the store.
That's his bike shop right there. It was on Melrose Street.
It's a beautiful day.
All right.
Hey. Whoa! And he just spiked the Kadama multiple times.
This is kind of like how LA is. LA's on this weird type of hype train where, you know, really stupid stuff is always really hyped up and things like that. But that's how LA is. You know, they hype up certain clothing brands and yada, yada, yada. And so right now they're hyping up this kendama, which is like something that they do. It's like some kind of Japanese or Asian game or something. You know, I mean,
you already know.
some Korean shit. Man, no, I can't say that, man. No, they're having fun, man. They're having fun. I'm lying. I'm lying. I take that back, yo. It's not at all. That's really wrong for me to say that, so I'll take that back.
I'm a big believer, man.
They just straight up having fun. So they're just doing that, yada, yada, yada. So that's what they were doing. It was known for you going around the community. People come to L.A., rappers that come to L.A. You stop by No Jumper. You do the kendama tricks, yada, yada, yada. It was good vibes, good people, blah, 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 blah. So everything's good, right? On the outside looking in, everything looks like it's okay, right? I'm going to show you something. Now, let me tell you a little bit about something about the internet, ladies and gentlemen. The internet is a very interesting place because once you do something or say something, that's it. It can't go away. There's no disappearing it. Once you put yourself out there on the internet, and this is why I tell people all the time, if you want to be a YouTuber, if you want to be a musical artist, if you're trying to be an entertainer, if you're trying to do anything where your public image is going to be the brand of the person or the moneymaker or whatever ends up being your livelihood in life, then get ready because there's going to be things that you do and say, just like all of us, that you might not have meant to say, maybe you shouldn't have said, whatever it might be, that's going to be on the internet forever. But there's levels to things, and certain things in life you just can't come back from. And this is one of those things, right? We all have things that end up going on the internet, and people have cancel culture and yada, yada, yada. But how Adam22 has been able to get away in hip-hop as long as he has with the things that he has in life, period, with the things that he has is absolutely beyond me. We're going to start with this tweet by Adam22. This was in December 16th of 2012, all right? December 16th, 2012. The first tweet says, "Can any and all hot high school students stop following me on Instagram? I have enough temptation in my life as is." All right? Now, if you think this is intense, then you might want to go ahead and just leave the stream right now, okay? Because I mean it when I say that this is graphic. All right, this is going to get very graphic, okay? And I'm going to stop this entire, little excuse of people change in time, things change in time, we change as people, yada, yada, yada. Truth, you were a different person back then too, yada, yada, yada. No. That's not quite the way it goes. You see, what happened to Adam 22 is Adam 22 never thought that he would be as popular or as big as he is now. You see, the interesting thing about the internet and why I'm talking about this and why we've continued to talk about social media personalities and why I've continued to talk about being careful of the people and the content creators that you ingest and the content that you ingest, why I'm very careful about telling you that offline people are very different than online, why I'm very careful in letting you know that YouTube is a great thing, the internet's a great thing, but it can be just as destructive because it gives people who are talented a platform, not necessarily people who are morally and consciously good people, right? They don't necessarily get the platform. No, talent does not discriminate. There are good people and bad people on both sides of the spectrum, right? But YouTube favors the people who are talented creatively, regardless of what your background is. And in 2010, now this is once again 11 or 12 years ago, okay? But when you say something like, as attracted as I am to Jennifer Aniston and 10-year-old girls, come on. Obviously, that's some kind of response to whatever whatever they were talking about at the time. When you say stuff about being attracted to 10-year-old girls, it doesn't matter if this is a comment or a tweet or a newspaper article. It doesn't matter if this is a tabloid that was etched in the 10 Commandments of stone, right? Back in BC 2512. When you say things like this is a big indicator that there's something very, very, very wrong. Another tweet, all right? This one was in 2009. It had to do with Adam 22 and his girlfriend at the time, right? Now we're talking about hip hop, and keep in mind, I'm going to tie it into the Manosphere and hip hop in 1 second. Just give me 1 second. You just stick around. You know what else I was going to do? I was going to have my my music playing. That's what I was going to do today. I was going to have my music playing. So let me get my beats on and just turn it down. Sorry about the ear destruction right there. All right, so I turned the beats down like super low. I'll look at the comments in a second to see if anybody's complaining, right? Another comment from Adam22 here, right? Was just looking at a girl's Facebook pictures and kept going till the old ones when she's 15, and realized I thought she was hotter then. It's like reading hieroglyphics again. Jesus Christ. It's like reading dusty language again. Was just looking at a girl's Facebook pictures and kept going till the old ones when she's 15 and realized I thought she was hotter then. So we're pretty much talking about how a girl's Facebook page he was on when she was 15 and she looked hotter when she was 15. See, this is why I'm covering this, because we just got done talking about the EDP 445 situation, right? And why this entire manosphere concept of 18, a woman's value is her age, is like this pedophilic type of identity. Now, keep in mind, and this is crazy, yo. This is absolutely insane. Keep in mind that out of all the interviews that No Jumper has had on the channel, all right? Out of all the interviews that No Jumper has had on the channel, out of all the hip-hop personalities, yada, 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 that No Jumper has had on the channel since the very beginning, since they've started, when you end up going to their page, right? So I'll just kind of show you right here. And sorting, and we go to the date added, you can go to most popular, scrolling down, you have interviews, right? Now, not all of these are interviews. A lot of these videos are vlogs, right? But most of these videos are actually vlogs. But what's interesting about this is a little bit farther down the page is you have the interview with Kevin Samuels. And this is in the top 5% of videos, right, on No Jumper's page. Actually, I think it's closer to being in the top 3% of videos on No Jumper's page as far as the views go right now, right? It's at almost 3 million views. All right. This is why I tied in the manosphere with this entire concept of a woman's age and this pedophilic notion and desire for going for younger women and trying to make it seem like it's this biological response or like it's this natural something or whatever it might be. Now, do you think it's any coincidence, that Kevin Samuels, a man who predicates a message, who has a message that's based off of bashing and destroying black women and women now of all races based off of their age, their dress size, their weight, things that women have, things that women who mature into women, girls who mature into women, right, go through, which means aging, right? Believe it or not, everybody ages. You know what I mean? This crazy concept, right? Yeah. Imagine that one of their biggest interviews just so happens to be with the God fraud father himself.
Today, in my opinion,
What would you?
don't truly know modern men. They know the character.
Now this is crazy,
they
right?
know the character of men.
Now I want you to understand. I want you to get a good picture here, right? You got a dude in a suit right here who's a Crip. Dude in a suit right here is a Crip. You have a man right here who talks about 10-year-old girls, 15-year-old girls. And listen, if you thought the tweets were bad, go ahead and get out now because it's about to get crazy, crazy bad in a second. All right. You got a dude that's talking about literally effing the children. He tweeted, "Let's F the children." You think I'm lying? I'm about to show you right now. So you got Adam22 who tweets and who's got a past of tweeting, "Let's F the children." Right. And then you got Kevin Samuels, a 2-time divorced man. They're all sitting at a table talking about how the modern woman doesn't understand a modern man.
Men. I'm like, well, I mean, the icon of men. Now, what you need to do is understand, if you actually understood that they're got wants, needs, and desires too, it will be a lot easier for you to let your guard down and let yourself risk being in a relationship because it's always a risk.
I saw a video of you discussing this.
So let me get something straight here because we're about to take a deep dive. Welcome. Make sure you like the video. All right. We're about to, Yo, this is crazy, yo. We're about to take a deep dive. I'm about to take a deep dive. This is insane. Make sure you like the video. So let's identify a couple of things here. You have a man that is essentially promoting pedophilia. Let me go ahead and go to that one part also. Before I even continue this, let me go to this one part, all right? Now, how did I find out about this story? Shout out to this cat right here, all right? This cat's name is Milk74. All right, he's a Hoover Crip. That's right. Milk74 right here was raised with black people. He was adopted by a black family. His mom's black. His wife is black, right? And guess who talks about his black wife? You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Adam22. Guess who talks about? Guess who all make fun of this guy right here for being married to a black woman, for having black love, and he sticks up for his woman. So shout out to him. Shout out to him. But I heard about it through this cat right here. Now, who you're seeing on the bottom right-hand screen is a guy by the name of Whack 100. Now, if you don't know anything about rap and hip-hop, this is all ancient hieroglyphics to you right now, right? This is ancient Sumerian to you right now. Whack 100 is a hip-hop personality that is essentially pretty much famous for just kind of going around being really thug life for everybody. You know, he's pretty much famous for going around messing people up. He does shows. He's a manager for people. He's a manager for rapper Blueface, right? So he's the muscle. He's the security. He protects his artists. They go overseas, do tours together. He's just this all-around type of manager, OG blood type of guy in L.A. From L.A. or from Compton or whatever it might be, right? And from there, born there, is gonna and does everything for there. So this is him getting into some kind of scuffle, but it just shows you a little bit of him, yada, yada, yada. So he's not the biggest guy, but everybody respects Whack 100, right? Everybody respects him, and what Whack 100 says goes, right? So let's stop it right there. We got a lot of elements going on in this live stream tonight, so just try and keep up, okay? So lately, Whack 100 and crew have been on Clubhouse, all right? I'm not on Clubhouse. I don't know what's going on Clubhouse, all right? We're not going to play this video just yet, but this video is Whack 100 addressing Adam22 and letting Adam22 give his explanation on why he tweeted that he wants to F children, literally, word for word. He's giving Adam22 a chance to explain why he wants to F children on Clubhouse and trying to mend the broken, somewhat public image, even though it's not even. People don't even care, which is the bigger issue that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. How is it that we have yo, this is crazy, yo. I didn't even need coffee. How is it that we have a man who is a figurehead in rap and hip hop, which is a demographic or a group of people or an identity of people that are comprised or made up of people that are, for the most part, felony convicted guys, rappers and gangbangers, right? For the most part, felony convicted guys, which if you ask the inmates of the most capital prime sins known to the existence of the inmate database records of mankind, if you were to ask them what the number one sin or the worst thing to ever have coming into the prison, the worst charge to ever have coming into prison is, they would tell you it's pedophilia. They would tell you it's child molestation. They would tell you it's sex offender type charges. That's the number one. Everybody knows that's the number one thing that you don't want to go into a jail. So how is it that in hip hop, a system that is essentially run by gangsters, you see, I was talking to people about this. I was talking to one of my subscribers about this, and I was like, this is just, it's like so mind-numbingly crazy. Let's get back to this Milk 74 video, right? Because shout out to Milk 74 for bringing this up. Milk 74 has been holding it down and really putting out the word on what's going on here. But listen to this. You think what you heard before is crazy? Check this out, yo.
This is what year? This fucking... What year is this
right
shit?
Right now they're reading Adam tweets, and this is Whack 100 talking, saying, what year are these tweets? What year are these tweets? Because once again, if you say something, then the year matters. If you say something like this, then the year matters. All right.
2011. I wonder if little kids use Tinder or if they are all just looking forward to getting older so they can use Tinder.
What type of grown man is thinking that? And anybody that sit here and like make it seem like this shit is okay, this ain't don't nobody play and joke on Twitter like this.
Yo, and just shout out to Milk 74 once again, but let me just show you the problem I have once again here, right? Just to kind of take a look at why we're making this video. All right, Milk 74, 61,000 subscribers. He's going up. He's going to get big, all right? 61,000 subscribers. But dude gets hated on a lot for making these videos, trying to expose this guy, Adam22, who has over 5 million subscribers, all right? Real is rare and the fake is everywhere. And that's the problem. And I'm starting to see more with society now is that people are gravitating towards fake more than anything, yo. It's crazy. Crazy times. All right, let's continue for a second here. Buckle up. Here we go.
If you got kids, even if you don't got kids and you seem like, and this shit seem okay to you, you suspect in my eyes. And I don't care what nobody say.
That's weird too.
How old was he in 2011? How old is he now?
I would think he was. I don't know. Somebody could go.
You said you know him personally. You should know his age.
To any young girls out there, sleep with much older men.
Wow.
What you see what I mean? You see what I mean? So it makes sense why they had Kevin Samuels on. This entire Manosphere message, and this is why I'm preaching against the Manosphere right now. You see, you got these guys that be like, man, that's not what the Manosphere is about, yada, 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 yada. And maybe these guys are genuinely, maybe they're genuinely ignorant to what's really going on, but this aligns the Manosphere, this entire notion of going for young girls, sleeping with young girls, and normalizing the idea that a man past the age of 30, 35 into his 40s and 50s getting into sexual relations with children, the idea that this is becoming a normalized process is what is the bigger disturbing part that you should have a problem with me on. Not the problems as far as me talking about this concept or identity that you feel I've misconstrued or misunderstood. No, that's not the real issue here. We're missing each other, brother, all right? That's like us being in hell and then arguing about what flavor ice cream cone that we have the opportunity to get dropped off to us. It's like, dude, the ice cream cone is going to disintegrate in 0.2 seconds. We're in hell. It really doesn't matter what flavor ice cream cone you get. Just try and enjoy what little piece of ice cream you can before it evaporates in the infernal, realms of hell. That's kind of like that's kind of the buffoonery of participating in these gender war conversations, and why it's like, dude, this is so much more of a deeper problem right now. It's even deeper than just black dating this and that. No, this is a societal problem now that we're actually starting to tie an identity of hip hop or culture to, right? This is crazy. This is crazy. If you're really thinking about it in the way I'm thinking about it, this is crazy. But it gets crazier. Okay, check it out.
Who's saying this shit, bro?
That's Adam 22 message to the youth.
But yeah, this Adam 22 that one
2012.
the no jumper.
He said, yeah.
This my
yeah,
partner.
yeah.
I mean, you know,
It
hey,
appears
look,
to
if a
be
nigga
Adam
brings
22.
something up, nigga brings something up. So this shit is like all
So
10
what?
years ago, right? So I don't know how old he was.
It was
I don't know how old
28. It
Adam
was
is.
28 then.
28.
So he's 28. Damn, he 38 now.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
old.
You don't think
No, I don't know. I'm gonna ask him. Listen,
Why are these gangbangers? Why are these felonies? Why are these guys, these thugs? Why is this even a discussion? How is this even a conversation right now, yo? What is there to talk about?
what I'm telling you is I'm gonna ask him. You know what I mean? You know, I fuck with him. I'm gonna ask him. You know, I don't know. I'm finding out about this shit right now. Right?
People used to say stupid shit on Twitter, bro. That was what.
Not about no kids. You was gonna say some shit like I would have raped kids.
Back when social media first. Nah, back when.
What?
cut that out.
Bro, y'all mute up so I can read the rest
This
of the
is death of age. Sorry to anyone who got offended. I still love you. All right, I guess that was his
so he did
thing.
say it.
All right, so this is the apology right here. Now, let me show you something about the apology. So he apologized. Adam 22 said this. Here's what happened. I made a bunch of offensive tweets 10 years ago when the internet was a very different place and nobody knew who I was. I'm not racist, and I never... Oh, he had racist tweets too, but whatever. People don't care about that. So I'm not racist, and I never hooked up with anyone who wasn't of age. Sorry to anyone who got offended. I still love you, with a kissing face emoji. All right? So pretty much... Just spitting in your face and telling you that it's raining, essentially, right? Pretty much saying, nigga, I could give two Fs what y'all think about those tweets. That shit don't matter to me. You're not going to deplatform me, and you're not going to do anything about it. And at the end of the day, I know y'all really don't care, so I'm just going to go ahead and blow you a kiss and a deuce with the middle fingers up to you and tell you the best of luck in whatever your endeavors are as I continue my endeavors. That's pretty much what he's saying, right? But of course, naturally, politically, you can't just walk out there as a content creator on some stuff like that and say that, right? Now, you would think that is a trip, right? You would think that that's a trip. But what makes it more a trip is a release that they, as No Jumper, just now ended up doing. This is crazy, yo. This is fucking insane. Forgive my language. Fresh and Fit don't date black women. Is it racist? And Adam has the ball and the galls to sit on here right now and explain how he thinks that Fresh and Fit, who are talking about them not dating black women and apologizing the way that they might have offended people and black women by saying some crazy ass shit as if anybody wants to date Fresh and Fit. What the fuck? Niggas don't give a... Nobody... What? When the women are okay, Fresh and Fit. So, back to that. He has the gall to sit up there and say, "Oh, well, that was an insincere apology." You think I'm joking, right? So let me get this. Let me get this. A man is willing to judge Fresh and Fit for their insincere apology based off of whatever the hell ignorance that they say. And in response to claims of pedophilia, he apologizes on Twitter and then at the end leaves you with a kissing face emoji. You see how crazy that is? Let me see if I can find what he said.
But it's like you don't.
But what is your preference?
My preference is to check out to anybody about who I date and
I've
who I
had sex
don't
with
date.
upwards of 2 to 3 black women on camera.
And I hate to even be talking about this. I didn't mean to be talking about black women and dating and all this other stuff right now. We'll talk about all that other stuff later. This is bigger than just black women and dating and all this other stuff. So that's not the point of it. Just ignore the black women and the dating. I'm trying to find the clip here, and there's a clip of him saying that, oh, well, you need to apologize a certain type of way. It's wild. It's mind numbing, right? It's mind numbing. Ignore the fact that it's pretty much cooning that they do for the Fresh and Fit podcast at this time, right? Ignore the fact that that's pretty much what it is, right? And don't even and listen. Wait until you see the rest of the live streams that I have too, because you want to see some cooning, you want to see some guys up here that are completely saying some off the wall crazy stuff just to please Adam 22, their master. You want to see some crazy, crazy stuff? Subscribe. I'm going to show you some real cooning. You think I'm a coon because I decide to protect my women, because I decide to protect black women? You think I'm coon because I decide to protect women in general? Because you think I'm a simp? Oh, wait until you hear these two guys. Wait until you hear some other black guys that are talking, having conversations with this dude, yo. Yo, these conversations are insane, yo. They're insane, yo. Insane. Straight up racist stuff being exchanged right across the table. And you think that these guys, you think that they do anything in response? No. You know why? Because Adam 22 pays them nice. You know why? Because AD in the top right here has got a house now. You can say whatever you want to. You can say whatever you want. I got a house. I'm going back to my 6-crib house. You can say whatever you want to on live. You can have whatever type of tweets you want to on live. It don't matter to me. I'm going back to my house, player. That money is green. Adam 22, hey, I'm sure they don't think Adam 22's a sex offender. Of course, why would you think Adam 22's a sex offender when he's paying your bills and he's got a new house? Now, that's what we call selling out, right? That's what we call selling out. That's not what we call keeping it real, especially not in an environment where keeping it real means that the very bottom or the very least of those people is not in your surroundings, right? The hip hop element. Let me go back to this, okay? Let me go back to this thing here, all right? Let me go back to this thing. This is the last tweet, okay? I'm not looking at the comments right now, so I hope that everything's going good. All right? Actually, this is not the last tweet. Adam 22 also said this, bottom right of your screen, getting raped is just a part of growing up. Getting raped is just a part of growing up. All right? Last tweet. Maybe. We'll see. Let me see if I can find it. It was somewhere in here. I just cannot remember where it's at. I think it was in this video. Maybe it wasn't. But I'm going to see what they said. There we go. That's the last tweet. I'm not going to read that online right now, all right? I just want you to hear what Whack 100, OG Gangster Whack 100 responses was. I want you to hear what Clubhouse responses was to this tweet that you see on your screen right now. If you're listening on audio, now, I guess I've already said it before, right? But it pretty much says, let's F the kids. January 9th, 2012. Let's F the kids, all right?
Rape. Let's fuck the kids.
Come on, bro.
That's different.
Nah.
See, I tell you what I'm gonna do.
Happened, bro. You know,
I'm gonna go interview Adam. Here's what happened. I made a bunch of offensive tweets 10 years ago.
So they just kind of breezed right over that. Just a 10-second little address. Just let's listen again one more time. Let's listen to Whack address.
Let's fuck the kids.
Come on, bro.
That's different.
Nah.
See, I tell you what I'm gonna do.
Happened, bro.
Bro, what in the actual hell is going on in the world? You know, sometimes I feel like it's like, yo, I don't even know. It's this is crazy. So why am I bringing this concept up once again? This ties in a lot of different elements, right? This ties in Manosphere. This ties in. I'm gonna turn this music off because it's kind of messing me up right now. If you like the music, then cool. If you didn't, then maybe we'll bring it back later. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So I'm looking at y'all's comments right now. Hold on a second. Hello, hey, I see your topics or your comment right there. I see it can be expanded. Thank you. Good to see Self-Love Heals in the building tonight. Organic Black in the building tonight. Bootleg Car Studio, Preparatory Academy for Digital Literacy. Thanks. I'm a subscriber, though. Not my first time here. Good to see you back. Let's see. Bootleg Car Studio says, damn, 2009, he was like 26. Yo, it doesn't matter how old he is. People saying stuff like this is just, it's wild. You know, that's out of line, dude. Out of line, bro. Out of line. To be able to have a platform after this. And once again, yo, he's had crazy tweets like that have been racist too. Now, this isn't that racist. I don't know why you tweet out something like this. I mean, hey, that's not crazy. He just said Negro spirituals, right? So, but he's had a million racially charged tweets. I mean, he said crazy stuff right in front of him, and people just sit there like, wow. They just kind of all sit at the table and like, wow, I can't believe Adam just said that. Adam, you're so racist. And just joke about it like it's some funny stuff. But this is hip hop. These are the gangsters. one by one by one by one by one, they roll up into No Jumper. They sit down in the chair. And they get interviewed by this cat. Nobody else could make a platform in rap or hip hop. Only Adam 22 is able to do this. So once again, we're gonna look at this. All right. So 4 million. All right. 4 million subscribers. Nobody else was able to just sit down and do radio and rap and hip hop interviews. Now let me also introduce to you another concept. This is even crazy, all right? So you thought it was crazy before. Now this channel has 4 million subscribers, all right? Most of which are under the age of 18. So Adam 22 recently started a new series with this cat named Sharp. All right? Sharp. And it's blown up. You want to know what Sharp is and what he does? Sharp is an ex-pimp. So Adam 22's new message to children under the age of 18 is to bring on a man like this by the name of Sharp every week and to give him his own show on No Jumper. So the newest member of the No Jumper podcast is the gentleman on your left-hand side here. Let's listen to Mr. Sharp, the newest member on the No Jumper podcast, a show that is directly marketed to children under the age of 18.
The shit that I can say.
You're running around fronting, man. You're running around talking. You're running around
If you quit talking,
you're running around fronting. You're running around fronting. And baby, let me tell you something, mama. Hey, whenever you want it, mama. Whenever you want it, that's what the fuck I do, nigga. What? That's what I do.
Have some
it's short.
substance then.
It's
Let's
short.
move forward
You
with
ain't
the
talking about.
conversation.
So let's talk about the game.
My nigga only does
Go ahead.
personal
I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna sit back for 4 minutes and try to listen to you. No, because you start talking stupid. You ain't even from. I don't even know who you are. You asked for me.
You about to.
You asked for me.
I did.
Okay, then get to talking.
Some things I wanted to say to you.
Get to talking.
I can talk.
Get to talking.
Talk
about some substance, though.
A man can talk.
Talk about some substance to the game, man. To the game. Don't talk that bullshit to me, because you can get your ass on up, and baby, you can stay if you want to. You know. Hey, man, it's all by choice and not by force, see?
Of course.
Hey, yeah, see, you know how I go.
Course.
You know, you ain't got to force your toes in her mouth. Or you probably didn't even for, huh? That shit just happened naturally for you, huh? Freaky deaky, huh? You do OnlyFans shit, too? Is that part of the game,
let's
too?
Go. Let's make this.
Let's
talk
about
that.
Huh? I bet it is. Is that what you like to do, too, is OnlyFans? Let's talk about it.
I bet if my bitch was in a race with your bitch, my bitch would win every time.
OnlyFans, nigga. Man, come on, man. We talk about you. You don't want to do that, though. My bitch is, hey, you don't even want to know, man. Come on now.
So let's get this straight. The cast of No Jumper as it stands, one of the pinnacles in hip hop, is a man who's pretty much allegedly a pedophile. Pimps. Gangbangers who have no problem with running with a pedophile. Right? There were some other people on the show which aren't on the show anymore because they were too, whatever it might be. Now, once again, just to keep this in context for you, all right? Again, just to keep this in context for you. The interview with Kevin Scamills on No Jumper is, as far as the popularity of interviews go on that channel, up there with the other artists that have died. So that means that the interview with Kevin Scamills has more views than some of the rappers who have died as of recently. Keep that in mind. Understand that. Just to give you an understanding of just how impactful and how many views, how much of this manosphere, this pedophilic message is being seen, all right? Now, pimps prey after young girls. That's what pimps do. Pimps prey after girls, after young women, after young girls, because they're in their mindset a child. They're not fully developed. So you see this girl sitting on the right-hand side right here. This is why they love to talk about going to get younger women, because you have idiots that can sit at tables and talk about absolute nonsense for 36 minutes. I don't even know what they're talking about. What?
Hello, that's some soft ass shit you be wanting to do, church.
All the shit that you
That be
saying
some
don't got no
soft-ass
substance
shit you
to
be
it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk.
At least he's saying all the stuff you're saying doesn't have any substance. I'll give him that at least. I mean, shoot. At least he's doing something. He's got gold and diamonds on his neck, so bro's got money. I'm sure, I'm not saying go get him. Listen, I don't know what they're doing. I'm sure he's doing horrible things. I'm sure whatever it might be, yada, yada, yada. Okay? I get it. At least he said he doesn't have substance. They're both trash, in my opinion. They're all trash. Everybody's trash. Right? But this is what this is what pimps do. Pimps have always been the ones known to go after young girls in the community. Always. They are the girls that don't have fathers, which are a lot of girls in the black community. Because 70%, more than 70% of children don't have two-parent households in the black community. So they go after girls because they don't have fathers in the black community. This is why pimping is so big in the black community. This idea of taking girls, rounding them up, and then putting them in the sexual market. That concept of a pimp is, you think of a black guy when you think of this pimp, right? Because there was not as much protection in the black community, right? So fast forward now, and now we have Adam, a guy who's now sitting with 4 million subscribers, trying to normalize bringing a pimp to his platform on No Jumper, which caters to children, right? You have a guy like No Jumper, which has pedophilic tendencies, which caters to children, bringing a guy like Kevin Samuels, right? Bringing complete degenerates to the platform. But once again, this is what YouTube is. You can be a degenerate and get paid. Oh, you bet your bottom dollar. The more degenerate you are, as a matter of fact, the more money it looks like you can make for the most part, right? We pay for degeneracy. We pay for the drama, right? We pay for it, but we're not the ones that are really paying for it. You see, it's the children. It's the children, it's the next generation of the ones paying for it. While the adults kind of just sit back and just kind of let Mr. Sharp, I guess, do his thing on the impressionable minds and don't talk or do anything about it. While the entire hip-hop rap industry that talks about demonizing people in jail and killing people in jail who are pedophiles and sex offenders are going to get raped and all this other different types of stuff. All these other different types of jail thug characters, all these niggas in jail, coming out of jail, yada, yada, yada. Same nigga swinging right through the No Jumper podcast with a pimp and a pedophile. Yeah. Yeah, the entire music industry supporting a pedophile. And y'all be the same niggas that talk about no snitching. Oh, no snitching, huh? Okay. No snitching. Bruh, what the hell? What the hell's going on? Crazy, crazy world we're living in, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy, crazy world. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. Hey, look at this. 2009, all right? 2009. Adam 22 said this. This is the last tweet. I promise this is the last tweet. 2009. Yo, this is crazy. What's with all these cute little girls adding me? Send me a message so I know who you are. Is that how LA rolls? Is that how California rolls? Is that how LA Crips roll? Is that what's up? Oh, I didn't even show y'all. Did I show y'all the picture? Maybe I didn't show y'all. Here it is right here. I don't know if I showed y'all. What's with all these cute little girls adding me? Send me a message so I know who you are. Let's see here. All right. Jesus. Jeebus. That's insane, man. With cancel culture as crazy as it is, I really don't know how Adam 22 is still here. I don't know how he still has support. Thank you, Self Love Heals, for still supporting. Going to send a text because I can't super chat it. Thank you, Self Love Heals. All right. I got my phone now. I'm going to check it out right now. Okay, I didn't get it Let's see. Go back to my notes here. What else did I have in my notes now? All right, let me say one other thing, okay? I might open up the pen, I might not. I might just keep this one short because I want this to be kind of seen by a lot of people, y'all. So I might literally just kind of wrap it up right now, to be honest with you. And we'll come back here in a little bit, like tomorrow. Thank you. I just got the text. Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I agree with you there on that text. A million percent. And let me read it. Says, so we have one person who finds 10-year-olds attractive and another man who promotes pedestry. Is it pedestry? Well, I didn't know that was the word. Pedestry. It seems like the culture is such a magnet for depravity. The depraved feel safe within those spaces. Absolutely. That's a huge point. And I think that's well, I can't say that. I'm not going to say that, but I think that's a great point. Thank you for the donation, Self Love Heals, like always. Y'all, if you enjoy the show, if you're enjoying it, you can donate to support the show. You can donate on Cash App as well as PayPal directly. Thank you, Organic Black, for moderating and putting the links in there. Thank you for everybody that donates and supports. All right. Now, once again, the irony is just so insane, right? I'm going to put my music back on. I feel like my music again. The irony is just so insane that an industry that predicates itself on, once again, thug gangster type belief, right? Lets a pedophile just kind of be what it is. Just kind of ignores it for the whatever. I don't know. I don't know why. I have no idea. Okay, I think let me turn this up a little bit. I can't hear anything, actually. Oh, there we go. All right. Good enough. I'm going to read some of y'all's comments really quickly. Yes, music? All right, for sure. I'll turn it up a little bit then. Alpha Omega says caught red-handed. Yeah, but Alpha Omega, this has been up for a long time now, man. This has been up for a minute. Like, this is... it's been up for a decade now, you know? A decade? Nobody said anything about it for a decade? I haven't seen that many people talking about it. Only Milk74. Only a few other people, yo. Queen Mercy said her facial expressions are really something. Yeah, you can really tell that she's obviously, yeah. I mean, she doesn't say anything, I don't think, the entire time, to be honest with you. Like, I think she says a few words, but the rest of the time it's just, them kind of talking, I guess, pimp talk or whatever it might be. Showboating language to try and make themselves look good in front of girls. Try and make themselves look like they're big macho guys, and yada, yada, yada. The entire pimp game, it's based in the fact that, yeah, hey, I can help you build financial success. I'll help you to live a better life. I'll help you get money. Well, if you're speaking to a girl that comes from an area that doesn't have any money, you're talking about coming from Blackistan or the hood or whatever it might be, she could be really susceptible. She is going to be susceptible to a guy that's swinging through with a nice ride or some diamonds or whatever she sees in that music video that the culture represents, that the culture decides to place in the forefront. That's what she's going to naturally drift toward. That's why it's so dangerous, and that's why it's so tough, and that's why it's so frustrating when you hear a lot of guys be like, oh, well, the girls always go after the bad guys. The girls always choose the wrong guys. The girls always do this. The girls always do that. Girls always do this. They're always going for the guy that they shouldn't be with or whatever it might be. And a lot of guys, they'll have a big issue with, being that nerd, and especially black guys, right? They'll have a big issue with being that black nerd because they'll be like, whoa, black girls only go for guys like Sharp. Or they'll be like, the girls always go for guys like Sharp. But they'll be like, you always see, like a girl, you see the white girl right here. She's with the brother right here. It's only these types of brothers that seem to get the girls. So it's not just a race type of thing, right? But it does go down and break down back to the culture, right? The culture driving that madness, which ends up affecting everybody, right? That culture keeping that revolving door of lunacy, right? and normalizing lunacy, right? Therefore, giving the next generation no chance and continuing the susceptibility of the minds, right? For our kids, for our kids' kids. It's a non-ending cycle. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going because the people at the head of the cycle are people like Adam 22. You're talking about the culture, so we're talking about the culture right now. Well, let's talk about the culture. What is the culture? Who creates culture? People create culture. All right, so if we know that people create culture, then who are the people creating culture right now? Well, somebody that has 4 million subscribers in hip-hop, as somebody that's responsible for, I don't know, hundreds of millions of views, right? Now you're talking about somebody that has impact or an influencer. This is what we call people on YouTube, all right? You're an influencer. You're a social media influencer. You have the ability to change people's minds because of your platform, right? You have the ability to change culture. You are culture at that point. People by the millions have decided that who you are represents who they love and want to be like. So you are culture at that point. So if 4 million strong represent the culture of a man who has pedophilic desires, who is a pedophile allegedly, who for all intents and purposes, pretty much we can see has a severely strong attraction for children. If the culture by the tune of 5 million, 4 million on No Jumper, 1 million on Adam 22 support this guy, right? I'm listening to the. I'm just looking at the thing. So if the culture supports this guy, then he's making the culture, right? You are the culture at that point. Whatever you put out is what people are going to take in. If I say something right now on this microphone, you're going to hear it. Whether or not you choose to accept it, that's up to you. But if you're a follower of mine, you have a preconceived or a pre-lent or whatever the word is, right? You have a biased notion, or you have a biased, I guess you say, identity or maybe choice in the fact you don't have them as much of a choice because you support me in what I say, right? So you listen to what I say. Maybe you give my words credit before even thinking or really assessing or checking behind them or doing the research or getting into the facts or the history behind what I'm saying. Because you trust and you support me and what I say so much, if I say something, then you accept it based off of what it is. So I have influence. I have a small little community and a small little culture that we have within our community, right? So you don't have to have millions of people to be able to create culture. You can have a small identity and a small little group of people around you. And that's your community. That's your tribe, right? Your group, right? Well, the groups and the communities that lead hip hop are at every single turn destructive. The groups and the communities that for the most part have created a good portion of the entertainment industries of the black communities are for the most part very, very, very destructive people. Extremely destructive people, as we're starting to see. Very, very, very off-kilt type of people. But in our culture, there's nobody to check. There are no checks and balances. Because the culture itself is madness. So you have a culture of madness, right? You have a culture of no snitching, supporting pedophiles, right? Supporting supporting anything that is ungodly and unwholesome for the most part. Anything that's not conservative, anything that's not godly and wholesome is pretty much what rap and hip hop stands for at this point in time. Now, don't get me wrong. Shout out to all the people that are out there actually rapping about some real stuff, actually rapping about things that matter. Listen, I do rap too, and I even talk about some BS. But don't get me wrong. There's a reason for it. It'll make sense. It'll make sense. I promise you it'll make sense. Just wait on it. Right? Just wait on it. But I always said this. I said, listen, even if you're doing some BS, if it supports the community, I might give it a pass. When did I say this? I said this probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago when we were talking about the Italian mob. You know, the Italian mob, I mean, they kill people. They kill other mobsters. They extort business people. They do bad stuff, right? They've done bad stuff. They have. They gave back to the community. They gave back to the people. When the Sicilians and the Italians and the other different, groups moved to America, they didn't have any money. So they took from other people. Is it wrong? Of course it's wrong. Is it bad? Of course it's bad. supported your people. You put your people on. So I can give some respect still, even out of crime, organized crime, and whatever it might be. I can still see a benefit if you're doing for your people. Now you might be saying, well, it's robbing Peter to pay Paul. What do you mean if you're doing for your people? You can't just go rob other people. Of course you can. Of course you can. I'm just saying that I can at least begin to hint to give some kind of understanding of acknowledgement on why we promote, killing niggas. Why niggas always talk about killing niggas 24/7, right? Why we promote just always selling drugs, Why we promote always. I can at least, I'm all down with it. If we're going to end up building better daycares, if we end up building better schools, if we can end up building better stuff in the community that can give children a chance, F it. Talk about Percocets, Molly, talk about lean, talk about everything. If we're going to end up giving back to the kids with the money that you're making from rap, if you're going to end up giving back to the kids to give them a little bit of better chance of hope, if you're going to end up giving back to the kids to where they can, come home and not have to worry about not eating when they get home and not have to worry about trying to take 2 lunch trays at lunch because that's the only time they eat that day. If we can do that, then I'd say let's go. Keep it up. Let's Molly, let's Percocet and future it the hell up. Let's get the money going. Let's start to change let's start to change Blackistan. But that's not going to happen. At least the mob changed their communities. At least they got big old houses. At least they run Hollywood now, right? What's the point of doing the crime if you're not going to actually benefit as a people from it? You're not supposed to be trying to do the crime forever. That's not the point. The point's not to be to glorify the crime forever. The point's to try and get out of the crime element. But rap has been somehow stuck in the crime element, as if that's the goal somehow. No, that's not the goal. The goal is to get out of the crime element. But we're promoting the crime element, not just promoting the crime element now. But if you attack the crime element, if I sit here and attack the crime element, I'm gonna get comments from people that support this guy. And I will. Mods, leave the comments up once again. And thank you, mods, for leaving the comments up also on the last video. I forgot to read the comments from the last video. I screenshotted them. I'm not going to read them right now, though, because I'm going to cut this a little short. I want to keep this live stream a little shorter. We'll be back tomorrow. I promise I'll be back tomorrow. I know I say shit all the time. We'll be back tomorrow for sure, though, y'all. And we're going to keep talking about some other different types of stuff. It's going to be a much longer live stream tomorrow. And plus, it's good. I had to keep this shorter anyways because I was passed out. I was asleep anyway, so I'm not like my usual live stream self right now. But everything that needed to be said tonight was said, all right? There's a lot more that needs to be said, so bear with me. We'll come back. Do your own research on this as well, but just understand that there's something else that is behind the scenes working right now and that it is deeper than rap, right? These guys are trying to move to pedestalize in mainstream eyes this message of pedophilia, that's what they want. This is why they love to see. This is why the numbers are so high everywhere you go in regards to this manosphere, in regards to this dating shit, in regards to this gender war. This is why the numbers are so high everywhere you go. Is because they want to push this message of madness, of craziness. They believe in this message of madness and craziness. They want to see it through. They want to see it through, right? They want to see it through. Make no mistake about it. If the law, for whatever reason or another, was changed today to be able to give 15-year-olds or 13-year-olds the opportunity or the ability to consensually consent, or whatever the age is that you can't, I don't know, whatever the age is at this point, right? If they were to do that, therefore legally giving an 18-year-old or a 35-year-old man the ability to physically consent with that child because they recently changed that law, most 99.7%, I'd say probably 90%, I'd say probably 80%, a legit 80 to 85% of guys in the manosphere would have no problem going for it. Why? It's the legal limit now. Because the law says it's okay now, right? The culture said it's okay now, right? Culture makes the law. The people at the top make the rules for the people at the bottom. They create the culture. The government creates the culture in America to some extent. At least the culture of rules. Who are the creators in hip-hop right now? Who are the cultural creators? I implore you, go look right now at hip-hop podcasts. Go Google hip-hop podcasts, YouTube hip-hop podcasts, YouTube rap podcast, and go look at the people that are the pillars in the culture. Go do the background on them. Yeah, we're gonna get it right. We're gonna get the appropriate blame. We're gonna get the appropriate blame going. Women being blamed for everything. Women being blamed for everything. You got guys out here being celebrated for talking about effing kids. Effing kids. And guys are sitting out here trying to celebrate or trying to blame women for I don't know anything and everything. No, it's because the culture is effed up. As the mind thinks, so the body does. Messed up mind, messed up thoughts, messed up actions. Irrational thoughts, irrational speech and thought patterns, irrational actions. You are what you eat, you are what you think. I'm going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I love you. TheHonestTruthYT@gmail.com. Shout out to everybody that's become a channel member. Shout out to everybody that loves me. A 7-hour live stream, BB. Yeah, the 7-hour live stream. We'll try and come back in a little bit, BB. 7 hours is definitely a long one. But we'll be back. We'll definitely have it coming up soon, all right? You just stay patient. Hey, what else did I want to say? Dang it, I had one other thing I wanted to say to y'all. I can't remember, y'all. I'll remember as soon as I roll this intro clip. I'm sure of it. Anyways, I'm out. Go stream the music. I think I'm going to drop a music video for the next song. Take it pretty seriously. So it's going to be pretty cool. I might drop one more and then chill on the music for a second until we drop the entire album. If you are interested in the album, then just be on the lookout for it. So anyways, I'm wrapping this up. Truth Seekers out. Part 2 coming up tomorrow. A lot more to say. Who controls the culture? Who controls the culture? Who controls the people? We're going to see. I'm out.